Well, thank you, Tony, for the warm welcome and the incredible hospitality. I would also like to thank your excellent team at the State Department for their work in preparing today's meeting. My first official order of business after arriving in Washington, D.C. yesterday was to lay a wreath at the Korean War Memorial and pay tribute to the heroic U.S. soldiers who sacrificed for freedom. While there, I had a chance to meet with American families visiting the memorial and was pleased to learn that the families were proud descendants of the Korean War veterans, Army soldiers, and Marines who have passed away. I think they were pleasantly surprised to see the Korean foreign minister there. Today, Secretary Blinken and I had a very productive and comprehensive dialogue over lunch on a wide range of shared agenda. I'm also pleased I had this opportunity to get to know Secretary Blinken on a personal level. Today's meeting takes place at an especially critical moment. First, it comes on the heels of the successful summit meeting between President Yoon and President Biden 3 weeks ago in Seoul, where they reaffirmed their commitment to strengthening the alliance. Secretary Blinken and I discussed ways to build on the strong momentum created by the summit so early in President Yoon's term and to promptly implement the agreements reached by our two presidents. Second, our alliance is confronting increasingly complex challenges, including destabilizing actions by North Korea, the war in Ukraine, ongoing COVID-19 pandemic, supply chain disruptions, food and energy crisis, climate change, and others. As allies that share core values, such as democracy and human rights, Korea and the United States are natural partners for tackling these tasks. This is what we mean when we commit to developing a truly global, comprehensive, strategic alliance. Secretary Blinken and I also share our assessments on the series of recent missile launches by North Korea, as well as prospects of further provocations. We affirmed that any North Korean provocations, including a nuclear test, will be met with a united and firm response from our alliance and the international community. We expressed special concern over North Korea's increasingly aggressive rhetoric regarding the use of tactical nuclear weapons. And we agreed that North Korea issue is one of the top policy priorities for the United States and the Republic of Korea. Pyongyang's continuous provocations will only lead to strengthened deterrence of the alliance and stronger international sanctions measures. With a shared understanding of the importance of extended deterrence, Secretary Blinken and I agreed on the early reactivation of the high-level extended deterrence strategy and consultation group as a follow-up to the summit meeting in May. The EDSCG will serve as a timely and effective mechanism to discuss concrete extended deterrence measures as well as to send North Korea a firm message. We also discussed concrete ways to close the loopholes in the implementation of existing sanctions, as well as ways to further strengthen the sanctions regime. At the same time, we have been very clear that we remain committed to dialogue and diplomacy. We are prepared to take a more flexible and open-minded approach to diplomacy vis-à-vis North Korea. We seek dialogue with North Korea without preconditions. We urge North Korea to cease destabilizing actions and return to dialogue. We also reaffirmed our willingness to provide COVID-19 related humanitarian assistance to North Korea, irrespective of political considerations. We hope that Pyongyang will respond positively to this offer. The 21st century U.S.-ROC alliance is about more than the security realm. It is now an economic security alliance and a tech alliance. Korea as a global pivotal state, or GPS, stands ready to assume a more active role in advancing freedom, peace, and democracy around the globe. Today, Secretary Blinken and I spent significant time discussing ways to address complex economic challenges so that the United States and Korea can work hand in glove to benefit our business corporations and better the lives of our citizens in tangible ways. We also discussed addressing the all-important global supply chain issue. I expressed Korea's full support for the upcoming Ministerial on Global Supply Chain Resilience to be co-hosted by Secretary Blinken and Secretary Raimondo. Our two countries will also engage at the expert working level to strengthen supply chain early warning systems so that we can prevent damaging disruptions. Additionally, we discussed ways to scale up civil nuclear cooperation regarding partnership in overseas nuclear markets and small modular reactors. Secretary Blinken and I reiterate our commitment to strengthening efforts for a swift conclusion of the war and restoration of peace in Ukraine. Korea stands with the United States and the international community against Russia's illegal actions. We also acknowledged the importance of maintaining a prosperous and peaceful Indo-Pacific. I shared Korea's plan to formulate our own Indo-Pacific strategy, which would implement our global pivotal state across the region. Secretary Blinken welcomed Korea's initiative to embrace greater regional and global responsibilities. I also expressed Korea's desire to work closely with the United States and other partners to develop the IPEF or IPEF into an open, transparent, and inclusive platform for promoting peace and prosperity in the Indo-Pacific region. We look forward to engaging in discussions to flesh out the 4 pillars. After today's meeting, I could not be more confident that our alliance is stronger than it has ever been. Once again, I would like to thank Tony for today's productive discussions and look forward to working closely with him as close partners. We are on the same page on many issues. I hope to see you in Seoul again to continue these important talks and to reciprocate your warm welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.